iRadio is not just a radio station, it's a network of interconnected stations. When you partner with iRadio, we'll broadcast your program across multiple locations such as Wow, Awil, Kwajob, Yambio, Bor, Rang, Malakal, and Baliet, ensuring maximum coverage and impact.
Regional presence. iRadio footprint extends to the states of Western and Northern Bahr el Ghazal, Western and Central Equatoria, Jonglei, Upper Nile, and Warab. By collaborating with iRadio, you can connect with diverse communities and target audiences in these regions.
Community engagement partnering with iRadio means engaging with communities at a grassroots levels. Your message will resonate with listeners in various locations, fostering meaningful interactions and driving brand awareness.
Comprehensive coverage with stations in strategic locations like Reng, Malakal, and Baliet. iRadio offers comprehensive coverage that reaches both urban centers and remote areas. Your partnership with iRadio ensures
live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News Fast. Here are the headlines. The Bank of South Sudan has banned the holding of currency and commodities, warning that individuals, businesses, and financial institutions found violating the directive will face fines, account freezes, or criminal prosecutions. Upper Nile State Governor Lieutenant General James Kong Chwal has suspended Maiwut County Commissioner Honorable Lair Jok Thaon, effective Wednesday, September 3, 2025. Doctors Without Borders has successfully evacuated more than 1,000 residents from Old Fangak, Jonglei State, after a critical dike breached on August 30th. This and many more coming up in this news bulletin with me, Darlington Moses. And now the news in detail. The Bank of South Sudan has banned the holding of currencies and commodities, warning that individuals, businesses, and financial institutions found violating the directive will face fines, account freezes, or criminal prosecution. In a circular issued on Tuesday, Governor Dr. Addis Ababa also said holding currency or local currency outside the banking system creates artificial scarcity, destabilizes the exchange rate, and fuels inflation. The directive limits individuals to holding a maximum of $10,000 or its equivalent in South Sudan pound. Any amount above this threshold must be deposited in a bank account. The circular also prohibits the deliberate withholding of essential goods such as gold and other precious metals from the market in order to manipulate prices. According to the bank, licensed financial institutions and forex agents are required to ensure transparency in all transactions, report suspicious accumulations of cash, and comply with anti-money laundering rules. The governor warned that violators risk seizures of assets, revocations of licenses, and possible imprisonment. He added that the bank, in collaboration with security agencies, will conduct regular market surveillance and publish sanctions against offenders. The circular takes immediate effect. Upper Nile State Governor Lieutenant General James Kwang Chol has suspended Maiwut County Commissioner Honorable Lair Jok Thaon, effective Wednesday, September 3, 2025. The official order sent by iRadio did not give a reason for the suspension. However, this suspension comes days after Upper Nile State Commissioners Forum. The order said, and I quote, "I Excellency, Lieutenant General James Kong Chol Ranley, Governor of Upper Nile State, do hereby issue this gubernatorial order number 20/2025 for suspensions of Honorable Lair Jok, Commissioner of Maiwut County, Upper Nile State. Last month, Honorable Riek Gach was controversially removed from his position by local chiefs in Ulang after reportedly requesting the community to contribute 8 million South Sudan pounds for a welcoming ceremony for a new governor, Lieutenant General Kwang. This is iRadio News, and now before the international scene, Doctors Without Borders, Medicines and Frontiers has successfully evacuated more than 1,000 residents from Old Fangak, Jonglei State after a critical dike breached on August 30th. According to a statement from Medicines and Frontiers, the floods rapidly inundated the town, prompting a nighttime evacuation to save lives. Medicines and Frontiers Deputy Head of Mission for South Sudan, Atsuhiko Ochai, said, and I quote, "We don't usually move by boat at night in these areas due to safety risk, but we had to prioritize saving lives that were in imminent danger," end quote. Medicines and Frontiers teams coordinated with local authorities to secure commercial boats of evacuating vulnerable women and children to the nearby towns of Toj and Pakwir, which were less affected by the floods. Residents describe harrowing experiences as flood water surged through homes, forcing many to take refuge on rooftops and makeshift rafts. Medicines and Frontiers staff described the flooding as the worst the community has ever seen. The crisis has been worsened by environmental factors and ongoing instability in the region. And now to the national stories. South African authorities say extreme poverty and a severe lack of affordable housing were major factors in a deadly Johannesburg building fire that had killed 77 people 2 years ago. In August 2023, 77 people died and many more injured after a fire gutted the Otsindiso building in Marshall Town, where many poor people were living. The tragedy shocked the nation and highlighted the deep housing inequalities in Africa's wealthiest city, inequalities the authorities promised to address. The report, the final one to be released, has not been made public, but the Gauteng provincial government, which commissioned it, shares some of the key findings. And finally, Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin have been overheard discussing organ transplants as a means of prolonging life on the sidelines of a military parade in Beijing, China. Putin suggested even eternal life could be achievable as a result of innovations in biotechnology, according to a translation of Marx called on a hot mic. The unguarded moment was captured on a live stream carried out by Chinese state TV as the two leaders and North Korean's Kim Jong-un worked together through China's historic Tiananmen Square. Xi and Putin have been in power for 13 and 25 years respectively. Neither has expressed any intentions of stepping down. This is iRadio News. And now to end this bulletin, let's have the recaps on the top stories once again. The Bank of South Sudan has banned the holding of currency and commodities, warning that individuals, businesses and financial institutions found violating the directive will face fines, account freezes or criminal prosecution. Upper Nile State Governor Lieutenant General James Kong Chwal has suspended my Wood County Commissioner Honorable Ler Jack Thaun effective Wednesday, September 2025. And finally, Doctors Without Borders, Medicines and Frontiers has successfully evacuated more than 1,000 lives from residents from Old Fangak, Jonglei State after a critical dike breached on August 30th. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there's a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message on +211 925 287 870. It's also a WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page, iRadio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for news in Arabic. At the top of the hour, I am Darlington Moses. Thanks for listening.
مهم أكتر ما تتصور. في كل مرة بتتصل فيه بإذاعة آي راديو، في كل مرة بتشارك فيه وجهة نظرك، وفي كل مرة بتدلي فيه رأيك على الحوار. أنت بتمارس حرية التعبير، أنت بتحمي حرية الإعلام، أنت بتحافظ على حيوية الإذاعة المستقلة، وأنت بتشارك بفعالية في عملية الحوكمة. كثير من الناس ما بيعرفوا، لكن الاتصالات